never slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're with my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams into modestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is topical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through.
Thank y'all for tuning back in to your favorite channel, Pelican Bay Dog Talk and News for the day, giving it to you the way I always do, fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. Like I always tell you, man, you always have your folk that like it and your folk that don't like it. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to drop down in the comments and shout out to all my brothers that's in the chat right now. You know what I'm saying? All my sisters that's in the chat right now. Salute to all my bulldoggers from one side of the country to the other side of the country, from one side of the world to the other side of the world. Let's get into that dog talk for the day. All right, my doggers, we got a lot to talk about today. I'm going to hit it on multiple different angles. You know what I'm saying? A lot of different things to talk about. We got news. We got dog talk. We're going to talk a little bit about genes and stuff like that, and just life in general. You know, so sit back, and get your smoke on, get your drink on, get your read on, and get your listen on. You know what I'm saying? PBK9s, this is how we going to do this. We starting this thing off talking. I want to ask y'all brothers and sisters down in the chat one thing to start this off with. Who do you think is the most prepotent stud of the famous dogs of the past? You know, who would you consider right now, you know, out of the dogs that we see in the present day form, which one of the old dogs would you consider to be the most prepotent? You know, will it be Bolio with all the great crosses that Mr. Hollingsworth made, Mr. Patrick made, or you know, different people that running the Bolio lines made? Will it be the Bolio dog? Do you see the Bolio traits in 2023? For anybody that saw Bolio or saw Bolio's sons, you know, can you still see the Bolio in these dogs? How about the Eli? You know, Eli from way in the 60s, 70s, you know, has his prepotency trickled down to 2023. What about Jeep? We all see great pictures of Jeep. We all hear great stories of Jeep. But what about the Jeep dogs of 2023? Not saying anything about the Jeep dogs themselves, but do the Jeep dogs qualify Jeep to be the most prepotent, famous dog of the past? Okay. If it ain't Jeep, how about, let's see, we got Bolio, we done called out, Jeep, Eli, you know, Rascal. Like, who is the most prepotent stud? My opinion, and this is just my opinion, you know, my dog brothers and sisters. My opinion is the most prepotent stud of the past is Redboy. You know, over Yellow. I give Redboy over Yellow for a few simple reasons over a lot of dogs, you know. And I'm going to get into some pedigrees and show you what I'm talking about. You know, it just seems like the Redboy dog traits really, you know, trickle down 40 years later, you know, off that Redboy stuff compared to other lines of dogs. You know, you can have a dog and you might not even know it have any Eli in it. You can have a dog and you might not know it have Jeep in it. You can have a dog and you might not know it have Bolio in it. But when you got a dog that got Redboy in it, a lot of the times you know it. You can see it. You can just walk up on the dog, but oh, he got some Redboy in him. Oh, he got some Redboy. That's a Redboy dog. You know what I'm saying? Even when you bump into people who don't have any papers on their dogs and they don't know anything about dogs, they just know they got a pit bull. And it might be like a nice looking pit bull, and you see it in your head, you be like, that's a Redboy. That dog, they got some Redboy in it somewhere or another. You don't know what you don't know what he's off of because you don't got the papers, but you can definitely tell he's a Redboy dog. You know, and that's why I say, to me, I think Redboy is the most prepotent dog of our last, 40 years. Now, with that being said, I'm not saying that he produced the best dogs over the last 40 years. I'm just saying over the last 40 years, the Redboy dog still consistently look like, the stuff that's coming down off him. Now, I mean, it wasn't with the Eli stuff. It's kind of not fair because he's a black dog. You can't just say a dog look the same because they're both black. But let's get into this pedigree real quick, and we're going to talk more about it. Now, the first pedigree I'm showing you is JD Hogg. Okay, JD Hogg is basically a full Mayday dog, full Mayday and Buck dog, a full Mayday Bolio dog, full Redboy Jocko Bolio dog. Okay, but he has a quarter of Redboy in him. Off of the Sammy the Arab Boomer, he has a quarter of that in him. Now, my question is, who does he resemble more? The Redboy Boomer or the Mayday dog? He's filled with the Mayday line. And only has a quarter of the Boomer coming through it. You know what I'm saying? So, just that quarter of Boomer. And then when I put the three pictures together with Mayday, Boomer, and JD, all three pictures, I asked myself, which one does he look like more? And you know what I'm saying? And he looks like Boomer in certain pictures. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the Redboy stuff, no matter what you breed it with, sometimes it figure out, like, it just overpowers everything. Now, when I say that, I don't mean it's going to act like a Redboy dog, but they look like Redboy dogs. You know what I'm saying? They look like it. And that goes to the subject when I'm talking about, dogs can look a certain way but act another way. Yeah, they might look like the Redboy dogs, but they might not be acting like the Redboy dogs. They might be acting like the whole nother strain over here if it got something else in it. You know what I'm saying? A dog can look a certain way, or it look like it look directly like JD Hogg, but it's acting like the mother. You know what I'm saying? He acting like the mother and the grandparents on the mother side. And that's an Eli dog. So because a dog look a certain way, you know what I'm saying, not necessarily mean he gonna be acting that way far as the genetics wise. Because we had one, he looked just like Mayday, but his mama was cold. You know what I'm saying? His mama was cold. He looked just like Mayday, and they bred him with Mayday to a cold dog. He looked like Mayday, but he acting like his mother. They can't get him to growl at nothing. You know, his mama was cold, his granddaddy was a cur, and his grandmama on the bottom side was halfway cold. So now, you know, he looked like Mayday, but he took the traits out of the other side of the family. You know, and that's just the way it go, man. You know, it just seemed to me like no matter where you put that Redboy at in them dogs sometime, if you don't really have it overpowered with another blood or another line of dogs, you know what I'm saying, that has no Redboy in it, period, you know, that Redboy seems to pop out. Now look at this dog right here I'm about to show you. You know, UTP's Red Nasty. Now UTP's Red Nasty is predominantly a yellow dog with a few pit stop red breedings in it, you know. But the pit stop red, you know, once you look at this dog, you can see the pit stop red overpowered all the yellow stuff, and there's a whole lot more yellow stuff in that dog than the pit stop red, you know. But that pit stop red overpowered it. It's just something about that Redboy stuff, you know. It just overtakes some of them lines, you know what I'm saying? Another thing I want to ask my brothers, since we talking about Eli dogs and stuff like that, right? I want to know, is there anybody or brother or sister out there that's, and this is what I want to ask you too, while I'm asking this question. It's two things, okay? If I ask you, okay, if I tell you I got pure Eli dogs, right? They pure Eli, okay? But my dogs are red nosed. I don't have no black dogs on my yard. All red dogs. Yellow dogs, red dogs, buckskin dogs with black masks. No black dogs. And I tell you I got pure Eli dogs. How are you going to play me with that? How are you going to play me with that? You know, are you going to tell me I got outs in it somewhere? I got to have an out in it somewhere? If I show you my pedigree and it all go back to black dogs and the Floyd Boudreaux dogs and you know, stuff like that, and yet all my dogs is red and buckskin, no black, no Eli colors, no you know, the brown and black like the Rottweiler, none of them colors, no Eli colors, period. You know what I'm saying? But I got red dogs, and I'm telling you, these dogs is pure Eli. Somebody gonna say, "Oh, I got something else in it," because that ain't the color they come, right? If it's gonna be pure, that ain't the color they come. See, this thing can't be that hard to understand when it comes to these dogs. It's just we want to understand what we want to understand, and we want to act like other stuff just blow over our head. But yeah, let me tell you, I got pure Eli dogs, and all of them red noses. Everything on my yard red noses. Oh, the black dog will throw off a red nose? That's my excuse when you ask me why these dogs come out this color. I don't know. The black dogs throw off red noses. And the ones the other dogs in the pedigree you don't see because there ain't no pictures up there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell brothers to put pictures on the online page. It's going to help the whole situation out. A dog with a pedigree with no picture, shit, you searching in the wind, man. You searching in the wind. That'll kill a lot of this pedigree making with no dogs too. If you don't got no dog with no picture, don't put no pedigree up there. You know? Because you don't know what color the mama and daddy dogs and grandparents is. And you getting a dog a whole total different color than what that line's supposed to be coming. But some people don't care. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to these dogs, everybody going to feel how they going to feel. Everybody going to do what they going to do. Now, let me talk to my young bulldoggers for a minute because, you know, most of my old doggers probably know this. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's talk about that YNW Melly case real quick. Okay, if you've been following that case up, you see how the Texas got him hemmed up, right? Anybody who ever followed any kind of murder case, any kind of trial on TV or anything in your own city, and you saw how people get caught up with text messages, how people get caught up with the bings from the phone towers and stuff like that, right? When they doing stuff. Okay, now you see how they pull all YMW Melly Facebook messages, texts, all that stuff up from Instagram, all that stuff up, you know, to see what he was texting people back and forth about different things. Now I ask y'all that because of the simple fact of the matter is, I'm trying to figure out why Dark Society get on, he texts me over and over and over, like over and over and over and over. And because I don't get scared, and this is real talk, because I don't get scared of his text, he go on Facebook and make a post about giving somebody $1,000 to find my address. Listen here, man. You have to give up your whole yard for somebody to roll with me. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to give up your whole yard for one. Two, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? My brothers. Common sense tell any person when a man start posting that type of stuff on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? Either you don't got good sense or you internet thugging. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. Like, what would make a brother get online and incriminate himself? When I say that, I mean, why would you put something online that if you put something online, if somebody hurt me that has nothing to do with you, you going to jail just because of what you put online? See, I seen over here in my city, you know, plenty of people go to jail about text messages, Bing, and all kind of stuff like that with the phone towers. Like, I can't respect nobody who get on Facebook with that type of shit. Like, you need to take them $1,000 you trying to get my address with and get your dog game up the park. Spend that on your program. You know what I'm saying? Spend that on your program and y'all brothers stop trying to act tough. Let me ask y'all this, man. Is 2 minutes worth fame that you had Dark Society worth you getting in trouble about? Is that 2 minutes worth fame you had worth you getting killed about? You know, it ain't that serious. A brother say Sambo ain't shit. A brother say Pelican Bay dog game ain't shit. Okay, I respond back, I talk trash, and I keep it stepping. I ain't gonna go looking for you. Shit. And I talk action with Welsh, with the brother Welsh. We talking about boxing. We're at the end of a boxing match, boxers hug. You know what I'm saying? Y'all brothers, like I told y'all before, you wait until you get 50 years old trying to join these gangs. You wait until you get 35, 40, and all these other things and try to be gangster, man. Listen here. It ain't, I did what I had to do back in the days. I learned from my mistakes. I'm living life on a different end now. I can't help you trying to be a thug at 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? That ain't me. You know? That ain't me. Like, Dark Society, you do know by me taking photo snaps, like I told you, you made them threats on Facebook, sending my messages and all that. I ain't gonna threaten you with them threats. You know what I'm gonna do with them? I'm keeping them, because when you get laid out and they shipping you back in that bag back to North Carolina, you can put them texts on top of that bag and send them back with you. You know what I'm saying? Send them texts back with you in your bag back to where you're going back at. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody playing no games on this side of town. And I'm going to leave it at that. You know, these brothers get to talking about these dogs, man. And y'all brothers get so emotional in y'all feelings. PBK get in his feelings. He just talk shit. I ain't trying to hurt nobody. Y'all brothers, and listen here, her damn sure ain't worried about you hurting me. You know, and like I told y'all months and months ago, you don't like what I say, don't listen to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to it. You got a whole bunch of TV you can turn to besides watching this channel. I ain't gonna sugarcoat nothing because you can't take it to your ears. You know, it is what it is. We want to talk about a lot of things this show right here today. We got a lot of things to talk about because there's a lot of old salt shaking ass behind the back talking shit going on Facebook from different folk. You know what I'm saying? Black and white. I look at all kind of stuff, man. You know what I'm saying? I look at all kind of stuff. We talking about the dogs. And one thing I'm tired of, right? See, there's all this fake stuff when it comes to this dog. Acting like when you get the dog game is like going to heaven or something. Man, the dog game is crooked. Y'all act like the dog game is back then was something to do legal. You dealing with crooks. You know what I'm saying? Folks breaking the law. And these folk all the time talking about a damn courtesy, this and that, and this and that, and this and that. Like y'all was all going to church or something. But it is what it is. I just look at comments and look how people talk, right? They be scared to say your name. You know what I'm saying? Folk be scared to say your name. You know? They say, oh, we talk this way, talk that way, can't get the sentences out right. They gotta be talking about me. You know what I'm saying? Gotta be talking about me. But it is what it is. They can't put a show together right. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing about it, and I'm gonna put this out there like this. The same way them dope boys can't jump in that dog game, thinking they dope clientele and what they were doing in the streets carry over to the dog game. All them old school ass dog men don't think you're gonna jump in YouTube and you the number one YouTube man because you did your thing in the dog game. You ain't put no work in, fam. You ain't put no work in. It's gonna take more than that. You know, there's too many brothers out here grinding and putting that thing in for you to think, oh, because you was a big dog man back then and you just, up and start a channel. As long as you humble with it, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But when brothers sit back and look at how some of y'all so-called old dog brothers, you know what I'm saying? And this ain't none of my dog brothers on these channels. I'm talking about these Facebookers. Scared to get on the channels, but always talking sideways about this and about that. You know, like I said, when it comes to the pit bull community, tell me where the hell y'all start going to church at. Since the damn pit bull game started. Y'all act like y'all was going to church when y'all was going to do them dogs back then. Everything courtesy, this and that, and this and that, and angels. Everybody got to be angels and this and that. Man, what dog game was y'all in? Or who y'all think y'all lying to? Or what y'all want to think that, oh, y'all was handling, everybody was handling this, everything was so professional back then. A crook was back then and a crook was crook back then, the same crook as a crook today. You know, it just is what it is. Some people ain't gonna say what they want to say, or some people ain't gonna say certain things because like they worrying about what another motherfucker might feel. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, like I told you before, can care less how you feel. You know, we here to talk about these dogs and what's really going on with them. You know what I'm saying? What's really going on with them. Like I said before, I'm going to give it to you all the way how it is. I ain't sugarcoating it. The brothers say we ain't want to talk about the yellow stuff because a lot of racism in it. Let's go on to some other dogs. I agree with that. But same thing we talk about, when we said about that shit was in all the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Every damn line it was out there got somebody that could be blamed for treating somebody this way or that way. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I will say is a lot of y'all brothers who got other lines, if you want to talk about them lines, come up on the damn show and we can talk about the lines. You know, give brothers knowledge in these other lines. You know, because I might have a master in the yellow, but I might have a 7th grade education in the bolio. You know what I'm saying? I might have an associate's in the Jeep, which is a high school diploma in the Redboy. You know, so everybody knowledge helps a man in one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting on Facebook trying to knock brothers and saying all kind of stuff sideways like brothers can't comprehend. Because like I told y'all before, no matter what you think how I talk, I went to school. I can comprehend. You know what I'm saying? And one thing about it, there's too many entrepreneurs out there. And that's the thing about it. When you're doing your own thing, that's what it's called, doing your own thing. You say what the fuck you want and do what the hell you want. You know what I'm saying? If I want to do what you want to do, I go get a job out there. If I wanted to do everything how you say do it or how you want it to cover, I'll go work at McDonald's or I'll go work at damn Walmart or somewhere. No shot to all my brothers. You know what I'm saying? But I'm doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? So I will not sit here and read all this bullshit when y'all trying to act like the dog game was the most safest place to be in back in the days, and everybody was nice and everybody was courteous and everybody had morals and everybody treated everybody right and all this type of shit. When we know all that wasn't right, you know, how you say you got courtesy, you say they the way they treat people and this and that and this and that and how they act, but how far does that go? The way they treat these people or the way they treat everybody? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody can't be credited for treating everybody good. They can only be credited for treating a certain group of people good. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. And that's what these dog channels coming in handy for. You know what I'm saying? Because, see, with all them robot channels back in the days, a lot of that Facebook talk to slide. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that Facebook talk to slide. Another thing I want to tell y'all brothers that get up here and talk about brothers on YouTube, that talk about brothers on Facebook, you don't get to shut it off when you want to shut it off. You don't get to start drama with a person and say, oh, it's over now. That don't work nowhere. Even in the streets, you know, no make no difference where you at. You don't get to pick at people and say it's over when I want it to be over. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all boys got a bad habit of. You want to start shit, say stuff one day, and then next week you think it's over. Or 2 weeks later you think it's over. You know what I'm saying? It don't work that way, fam. You know, it don't work that way. And then we got, you know, like dark society is truthfully worse than pro. You worse than pro, bro, when it comes to clout chasing. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna tell you no lie. You worse than pro. I can expect that from him. I wouldn't expect you to be on that type of shit. Like, you really chasing that 2 minutes of fame. You know what I'm saying? You really chasing that 2 minutes of fame. But you can't expect but so much from so many people. You know, you can't expect but so much from certain people. And the thing is, you know, pro get up here and say all this stuff about me. But the thing is, pro got an open case right now, right, pro? We got an open case, right? So why are you talking to these dog brothers when you out here with an open case? Make no difference what kind of case it is. Open case. Open grand theft case. Okay. See, I'm talking about dogs, but I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't no angel. But years and years ago, I made a change in my damn life. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen, but I made a change in my damn life. And one thing about it, like I said, you up there with open cases, up there lying, you up there going to your sister about stuff. I can't argue with nobody like that, fam. I'm done with that. I can't argue with nobody like Dark Society. I'm done with that, fam. Bro, don't mention my name, I won't mention yours. You know what I'm saying? Don't mention mine, I won't mention yours. You know? So, it is what it is. Every time I feel like you talking about me, I'm going to bomb back on you. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck what you talking about. You know? It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Keep y'all ass in y'all place like I tell you before. You know what I'm saying? Keep y'all ass in y'all place. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the brother Landon Hill. You know? Because it wasn't about you the other day. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't about you the other day. It was about your boy. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LaQuentin because I mentioned you in something, you know, and I wasn't really talking to you, you know. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I look at a lot of stuff brothers be talking about, man. It's just petty. Do you want to be the top dog man that bad? You know what I'm saying? What's so good about being the top dog, man? If you don't got the product that people want. If I say, oh, Dark Society, top of the line, you the shit. Do you got the supply to give people? You can have the title all you want right now to be the overtime garner, the number one breeder in the world. But what do you got to give anybody? So you want to be in a class and you want to have a title for something that you can't even operate. You can't supply it. It's like you want to be the big dope man, but you ain't got enough dope to supply the hood. You ain't got enough dope to supply the city, to supply the county. But you want to be the big man. You out here running around with an 8 ball and an ounce, talking about you about to supply the county. No, man, you got to step your game up. Like, why would somebody get on Facebook and front? You know what I'm saying? Because everybody not paper gangsters. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, when I see brothers start posting about they looking for brothers and all kind of stuff on Facebook, it make me don't even take it serious. Because I've been in the streets and I don't want no parts of the streets. When you've been in the streets, you try to leave the streets. You see, that's when you can tell about all these basketball players faking like streets and all that stuff like that. A person who really been in the streets, they don't want to go back in the streets. If they left the streets already, they don't want to go back to it because they really been in it already. You know, that's how you can tell certain people on certain levels. You know what I'm saying? Always talking about this and talking about that. And like I said, you're over your 40s and you're just joining the gang. Slap yourself across the head with a hammer. You know what I'm saying? Slap yourself across the head with a hammer. If you're in your 30s and you join the damn gang, slap yourself across the head with a hammer. If you've been that long and you ain't joined one yet, why the hell you did it? If you wasn't scared, if you wasn't trying to fit in. Hey, it is what it is, though. It is what it is. I got folk over here playing gangster. Then I got folk over here talking sideways. Hey, it is what it is. And I'm just here in the middle making content. As long as they give it to me to make, I'm going to make it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, as long as they give it to me to make, I'm going to make it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Like I say, we got a bunch of dog talk and news today. I got a bunch of things to show y'all. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this thing going. Now, man, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that like button before you do anything else. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right there on the side. You know, and hit that notification bell just so you can get notified when I drop all the videos. You know what I'm saying? If you want to donate to the channel, $ Pelican Bay Kennel Cash App. You know, I'll drop it down in the link in the chat as well. You know what I'm saying? But let's move this thing. Let's keep this thing rolling. I mean, you can't be that mad because I say you got a champion with no opponents. That shit must have really hit home. You must really do got champions with no opponents. Them boys done said all kind of shit about Bo. You know what I'm saying? Them boys done said all kind of stuff about Bo. I just get back up here, chuck it off, talk shit, tell you how I feel about it. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, hey, man, like I said, shout out to Landon and them boys. Because me and Landon done had it in a couple times on the, back and forth on the YouTube. Shout out to that brother, man, because at the end of the day, I ain't never tell you, dog, that I want to hurt you. I want to, I talk my shit, and you ain't never tell me you want to hurt me. You talk your shit, and that is what it is, man. It don't make no difference if you call me a name, or if I call you a name, Landon, or whatever, man. It's dog talk. It is what it is. I got to respect you because you never came at me, I need to find that brother address. I need to find Pelican Bay address. He talking all kind of shit. He done this and that. And I done said more about you, Landon, than to him. When we said something before, like I got to salute all my brothers, man. It's just some of these dog brothers ain't built for this, and it's the sad thing about it, the YouTube is showing you what dog brothers ain't built for the dog game because they get on YouTube and it's showing you the ego problems they having. Those are the same brothers with the egos in the dog game. The ones who can't get it together can't get the YouTube together because of the ego stuff. Them the same ones, man. The same ones you see posted on Facebook every day. Not my brothers that's posting logical stuff. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's posting the ignorant stuff. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to that brother DD Porters, man. I see you out there, big homie bulldogging. Shout out to that brother, man, doing his thing out there, motherfucker, with the videos and stuff like that, man. Yeah, keep doing your thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, my brother. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I just, I got to give that news the way I got to give it, man. I got to give that news the way I got to give it. All right, now before we get into our first video, I want to ask y'all brothers a question. Okay? Price don't matter, right? Price don't matter, but we pay attention to so much stuff. Let me ask you a question. Could I sell you a champion for $1,500 to $1,000 to $1,500? Could I sell you a champion for $1,000 to $1,500 without it being problems? Now, how many of y'all brothers say, oh, it's something wrong with that? It's something wrong with it. You know what I'm saying? And then how many brothers is just going to take it and see if it's something wrong with it later on? I'll check it out later. I'll see if it's something wrong with it later on. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go ahead and grab it right now. And then the majority of the brothers going to be like, oh, that's too cheap. That's too cheap. But then we complain when it's too high. I tell you, we want it everywhere. We complain when it's hot. We complain when it's cold. We complain when it's too cheap. We complain when it's too high. Champion, $25,000. But you can get it right now for $1,500. But you wouldn't even grab it just because it's so cheap. That's like a brother got a Lambo sitting in the front yard with the title and telling you to give him $5,000. You can have it. Straight up Lambo. With a real Lambo engine, not no knockoff pick apart, pull apart engine. Brothers won't buy it because of the fact that he's selling it too cheap. But then when you sell it high, it's going to be another problem. So you're in a win-win, a lose-lose situation. Lose-lose situation. I mean, you can't be nice to a brother. You come over there and you say you just coming to the yard or whatever. You just meeting this fella. You just coming meeting this dog, man. And now he feel like, he want to get rid of some, or he might be even getting out the game. You know what I'm saying? He may be getting out the game, and you can get this champion for this price right here. But you won't get it. And I'm going to put it like this right here. I'm going to put it like this right here too. I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you. It just depends on who's selling it. Right? It just depends on who's selling it to my brothers. Because we'll buy a dog from, and I ain't even talking about dog men. I ain't talking about dog men. Because a lot of my dog men here is so fucked up right now, they can't even concentrate on the dogs because they thinking all other kind of bullshit. This man right here can sell a brother. I'm just going to say it like this. This man right here can sell a brother a dog for 15, champion. He ain't going to say nothing. This man over here take that same dog, try to sell it to him for 15. He ain't going to buy it because he going to say, oh, it's something wrong with it. It's something wrong with it. I'm just going to put it like that. And at the end of the day, like I said, will you buy a champion from me for $1,500? Now, on another note, we got, how long would you go without feeding your dogs? How long have you missed? A day, 2 days? You know what I'm saying? Well, this particular brother right here has missed over 5 weeks. Say he ain't bought no dog food in over 5 or 6 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to do too much talking about it. We can talk about it afterwards. But we're going to get into that video. Let's go.
What's up, pups? Hi, baby. Hello. Hi. Okay. You smelling me? You smell my puppies? Hi, baby. Come here. Hi. just real quick? Can I see your little pretty face? I like literally like stick my fingers like right up in here. Like no fat or muscle definition whatsoever. Okay. Hi, thank you. Hello. I appreciate you saying hi.
Yeah. She's at least still got some meat left to her.
But it's still...
Yeah, it's still not okay.
When was the last time that you weren't able to, like, or that you actually gave them food?
The last time I gave them food would have been at least two to 3 days ago.
2 to 3 days ago?
Yeah.
Okay. You do realize that you can surrender your dogs, right? Like, you can let animal control know that you can't take care of your dogs when you have 3 kids?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you do realize that when it comes to dogs, especially outside in this heat, one, I see that the water's finally over there. I didn't really see any water. Okay. Dogs also need to eat too. Okay. Right? I saw your dogs. Okay.
They're small.
Yeah, but not small because they're meant to be small.
No, they're small because they're not nourished.
Yeah. Okay. So, and the fact that you haven't been taken to the vet. Okay. I would suggest calling animal control, letting them know that you would like to surrender all 3 of your dogs. Right? Because this dog over here, skin condition, yeah. And, you know, I could tell from the moment that I got here that you knew while we were out here. Yeah. So, whatever animals you have that you're not able to properly care for, you should surrender. Because, like I said, it's not fair to them. And I'm sorry to let you know, but 2.5 days ago, right, did not cause what the dogs look like now.
Yeah. I understand that.
Okay.
Hello. This is for the dog.
Okay, I'm postpartum. I can't really hold that, can I?
No, I can put it here though, or I can take it to the backyard.
Kind of a shit out, but it happens.
I just brought you guys food for the dog,
Yes, appreciate it.
and now I'm a shop.
Just the way you're talking to my husband and the way y'all began talking about my children.
We asked about the children.
Yes, it had nothing to do with my children. Did it not?
So someone understands that you guys are going through a difficult time, like your husband explained.
Yes, but we don't have to have this conversation.
Well, I don't have to be told the children that I'm a cop for bringing you food.
Are these kids yours? I didn't think
This
so.
is for the dog.
I understand that.
This is solely for the dog.
Oh, I can't feed that to my kids?
I hope you guys give up the dog as soon as possible.
No.
Is there anything else the sheriff's office can do for you?
Do you think it's better?
Now, when it comes to this situation, the dogs look bad. I will say that. I don't know that brother's situation. You know what I'm saying? But I will say this, because this news is fair and unbiased. You know, that's what a animal catcher should be asking, should be saying, should be doing when she come to your house about your dogs. Should be talking like that. You know what I'm saying? That woman not talking to him nasty. You know what I'm saying? She telling him that he can forfeit his dogs. Like, she being super nice to him. For the situation. You know what I'm saying? Because the dogs look bad. You know? The dogs look bad. And that animal catcher lady is really being nice to him in this particular situation. You know what I'm saying? And that's how animal control people should conduct themselves whenever they go to people's houses. Instead of going there with a chip on your shoulder, feeling like everybody doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? Go there and see what's going on. Do the welfare checks and come back and talk to people. You don't have to try to bully people all the time. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about when it comes to them folk, when they war against pit bulls. It's like it's a bully game. You know what I'm saying? That woman was talking. She was like, the way she was talking, you can get a whole lot more dead with a dog brother or a dog sister than going there and trying to just bully them around. Like these dog stories, you know what I'm saying? I done heard so many different ones, man. And then Like, why do brothers get mad about stories they didn't never even see half these damn dogs? Don't even know half the people. You know what I'm saying? Get a chance to meet one or two old school dog men, and that shit blow your mind. Blows your mind. Now, word is Debo was stolen. You know what I'm saying? Word is Michael Myers was a paper champion. Word is half the dogs out there was paper champions. Who knows? Who cares? At the end of the day, all you can worry about is a dog in front of you. You know what I'm saying? All you can worry about is a dog you got in front of you. You know what I'm saying? Because like I say, hell, damn if you're a paper champion or not, we better be making sure you're off these dogs or not. That's what we better be worrying about. You know what I'm saying? Is these dogs off of this dog or off that dog? You know? Because if you ask me, every damn dog that became a champion after the damn Mr. Kelly shut down the damn the Journal was a paper champion. You know, we don't know. Nobody knows. Everybody only goes off the next man word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like, I agree with a lot of things with this dog game when it comes to being courteous and all that stuff. But brothers is getting a little too carried away with it, acting like I said before, like the dog game is going to church. You know what I'm saying? Y'all acting like y'all was conducting yourself like the straight up as gentlemen going to do something illegal back in the days. And then it wasn't going down like that, because if it was going down where everybody was keeping it 100, it wouldn't be no cheating. It wouldn't be no rubbing. That rubbing ain't started modern day time. That shit been going on since back in the days. That paper peddling, putting dogs on the wrong dogs ain't just start happening. That shit been going on from the old schoolers. The ones they claim was so courteous. The ones they claim was so high sedity. You know? That's why I tell you, man. That's why I tell you. You know, you got to read and listen to what some folks say when it comes to these dogs. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody wasn't good men. Everybody, because they treat me good, you know what I'm saying? If he didn't treat that brother over there good, then I don't need to be up here talking about what kind of good man he was. You know? A good man is a man who treat all people right. Not just one group of people right. You know, but they don't want to hear that part. That don't belong in the dog game. They want that shit to just sound like we're going to church, like I said. You know? The way folk be on Facebook talking about how honorable and this and that everybody was back in the game. Shit, it sound like y'all was all Harvard graduates. Boy, look at here, man. Okay, another thing I was talking about, you know, something a little more on the lighter end. Shout out to Brother Vernon Starr. You know, you was mentioning about the books, you know, learning about from the books back in the days when we were little. And I wanted to say something about that. Because, see, myself personally, I didn't read my first Pit Bull book until I was probably damn near 20 years old. I had Yellow Dogs before I even read a Richard Stratton book. I didn't know anything about Diane, Jessup, or none of them before I had a Yellow Dog before I even read any of them books. You know what I'm saying? So I never really got no dog knowledge from a dog book, because it wasn't like, we got to think pre-internet. You know what I'm saying? Pre-internet, pre-all that. Where could you even get a book from besides going to the library? And most libraries didn't have your Richard Stratton books. Now, the older brothers, like y'all brothers, probably knew where to get them from. But somebody at a younger age like me, you know, you got to go to a bookstore or something like that back then. If you wasn't getting it from a bookstore or knew where to order it from, you know, it was no way to get it. So that's why I say I came across the dogs before I came across the books. Time I came across the books, I was done deep in the dog game then. That's what made me go out there. We got the internet now. We can find this. We can type in that. We can type in this and find this book and find that book. It might have been 2001, 2002, which is a long way from now, you know. But the internet was still in there. And once that internet kicked in, it changed the whole game. It changed the whole game. You know what I'm saying? Made everything different. You know? Every single thing. It was no way to get no kind of info on no keeps, no nothing before the internet. No kind of info about nothing before the internet if you weren't going to the library or if you had to connect with the books. Kelly was mailing the books out to people. You know what I'm saying? If you weren't going to a bookstore or had to know the actual company where you could order these books from, there was no way to get them. So, I mean, you know, it's just different folk, you know, different folk, different stroke. Different people in different cities. You got different kind of stores and different things. So when one city might not have the stores that have these books, another city will. You know what I'm saying? That goes down like where I grew up at. There might have been a shortage of bookstores. Where you grew up at, might have been a whole bunch of them. Where you grew up at, it was a shortage of game dogs. Where I grew up at, yellow dogs was plentiful. You know what I'm saying? Shits is like fucking raccoons. It ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's modern day stuff to us over here. Regular damn dogs. Not regular, but I mean like, what I mean is everybody got them. And like I said before, your street reputation don't transfer to the dog game. Your dog game reputation don't transfer to the YouTube game. You know what I'm saying? That's like my YouTube brothers that work hard on their channels, then all of a sudden, Tom going to open a channel. And then everybody screaming he got the best channel. And he ain't doing shit. He ain't talking nothing. They just see Tom going on his channel. He ain't giving you no kind of nothing. No kind of content. He just showing you his dogs. Oh, he got the best channel. It's all good though on that end. Because everybody going to like what they going to like. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, you got to put that work in. No matter what it is, you got to put that work in. Them street boys got to put that work in, and them dog boys got to put that work in when they jump on YouTube. Now, on this video coming up, man, this brother right here, he did something. He made a post online, you know, with his dog, and, you know, got himself in some trouble. Made a post online about his dog, got himself in some trouble. I don't really have too much to say about this particular situation. I don't really know the whole ends on it from what I'm getting off the news article. So I'm just going to let y'all check it out. And, you know, we'll talk about it when it's over.
Arrested for animal cruelty after a dog is found dead in a garage with its face in an empty bowl.
The Lee County Sheriff's Office arrested Anthony Knight after a concerned citizen messaged deputies about a possible dead dog on Meadow Road in Lehigh Acres. When deputies confronted Knight, he showed them where the dog was buried. Wait News reporter Camila Pereira joins us now in studio. And Camila, what else can you tell us about Knight's arrest?
Anthony Knight didn't exactly help himself by going on Facebook. Right there for the world to see is his dead dog, an admission that he's to blame. Let me warn you, the video you're about to see may be disturbing. Dogs are known as man's best friend, but the Lee County Sheriff's Office says not so much for 31-year-old Anthony Knight. This is on his Facebook page.
Came home to another dead dog, man. Damn, my baby in there dead, dog.
Knight faces animal cruelty charges for the death of his 2-year-old American bulldog, Kalia. She was found dead in her cage with no water or air conditioning. Also on Knight's social media page, an apparent admission that she's the second dog he has lost this year. Then there's this quote, "It was actually my fault this time."
Your pet should be your family, and you know, any type of a neglect or abuse, it should not happen.
Brian Weirma is with Gulf Coast Humane Society. He's glad people, worried about the dog, called the sheriff's office when deputies arrived to investigate. They found Kalia's remains in Knight's backyard.
If you love your pet, you show them love. Neglect and abuse would not happen.
Knight will remain behind bars with no chance of bonding out, not because he has a long criminal history that includes possession of cocaine and weapons charges, but because his new charges violate his most recent probation. Gulf Coast Humane Society says it's important to do your research before adopting or getting a dog and to know the responsibilities that come with adding a new member of the family to your home, especially in this heat where you should be making sure that they are hydrated and cool.
Well, I will say it's apparent that he has some type of problem at his house. He got 2 dead dogs in 1 year, and it's grown dogs. You know, that dog 2 years old, you know, there's some type of problem if it wasn't the heat and starvation. You know, he got himself in trouble. You know, I don't know. I can't say he was searching for no clout or nothing like that. You know, maybe he was thinking be totally, you know, innocent when making this video, as far as he didn't mean no harm. But the thing is, like, you was happy about your dog being dead in the cage. You know what I'm saying? It probably pissed them people off when he up there laughing and talking about, oh, my dead dog, this and that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie, like, the bond with my dogs, you know what I'm saying? The one I got with mine, you know, everybody different. I couldn't be up there smiling showing you one of my dogs dead like that. You know what I'm saying? When I get up here and talk about one of my dogs after they done died, if I got love for them, you know, it's going to be hard to even do that. Just to talk about them. You know? And I will say this, you know, for anybody that want to get on Facebook and threaten me, you know, Dark Society. Boy, I figured out you in Whiteville. I done got your whole family, everything. I done got everything on everything. You know what I'm saying? So what you better do is leave me alone. You know what I'm saying? I understand, you know, the difference between one person and another person. You know, leave me alone. Like I tell you know, I do this dog talk. I do this dog news. At the end of the day, like I tell you, I got my amendments. Nobody gonna stop me from talking. You know what I'm saying? I got my morals. I know what and what not to say. You know, it is what it is, man. If you don't like it, like I always say, whoever don't like it, like I always say, you know. Now up next, we got 2 women who on a mission to make sure the laws for animal cruelty goes to the max. You know what I'm saying? At least for a couple who was charged with animal cruelty in their state, you know, they trying to push that they get the maximum penalty, you know. So let me take you into the women's lives and let you hear their story.
Men are turning their passion into a project. Just last week, they started a petition to ask for the max punishment for the 2 people arrested. As of tonight, it has over 1,000 signatures.
It was down this alleyway near Scottsdale Road in McDowell where police made that gruesome discovery: a dead 9-week-old husky. According to a police report, surveillance video from a nearby home shows a white Hyundai Elantra driving down the alleyway back in June. The report says the driver had their arm out the window, holding a cord that reached down to the ground, dragging an object that looked like the exact same size and shape of the puppy. Nearly a month into their investigation, police arrested these 2 people in connection with the death: 35-year-old Lester Paul Richmond and 32-year-old Heather Auditor.
We're not going to tolerate this sort of behavior. I mean, we are not going to stand by and just let somebody do this to an animal and there not be justice.
This is why Richmond started this petition, demanding that Richmond and Auditor receive the max penalty if found guilty. Right now, Richmond and Auditor aren't in custody or facing charges. The Maricopa County's attorney's office told Scottsdale police they need more evidence. So what is the penalty for animal cruelty? A new bill was passed in 2019 and made the crime a felony instead of a misdemeanor. And right now, Scottsdale Police recommends Richmond be charged with a Class 5 felony.
Depending if the person takes a plea agreement or goes to trial, they could be looking up to 2.5 years in prison.
But Shelley doesn't feel that's enough, and she hopes this petition can help inspire more change.
This puppy didn't deserve to die that way. No animal deserves to die that way. So we just wanted to make sure that we bring light to this sort of situation with the hope that someday the laws will become even more stringent than they are now on behalf of.
Now, as we stroll to another side of the country, you know, we find ourselves with a golf coach and his wife. just got charged with animal cruelty.
Urine golf coach and his wife are charged with animal cruelty after one of their dogs left outside died from the heat.
Yeah, James and Ashley Lemley turned themselves in to the Crawford County Jail this month. According to a police report, officers went to their home in Van Buren in June after a neighbor called, saying that 2 dogs in the backyard were alone and had not been taken care of. The responding officer says he found 2 dogs in the backyard. One was dead, the other still alive. Officer said he saw a chain-link dog pinned that was extremely in poor condition and was in direct sunlight with temperatures above 100 degrees.
James and Ashley both pleaded not guilty and are out on bond. James has a pretrial hearing scheduled for November and Ashley has a pretrial hearing scheduled for December. As of tonight, James Lemley was still listed as both a varsity boys golf coach for Van Buren High School and a classroom teacher for the Northridge Middle School. 5 News reached out to the Van Buren School District and received this statement. Quote, the district is aware of the matter and is conducting an investigation. As the issue involves personnel, the district will have no further comment at this time due to the confidentiality requirements under applicable.
Now, this next story is where we ask ourselves, how much do we really love our pet? What would we do to keep our pet safe? You know what I'm saying? And in this next story, we're going to see why dogs are considered man's best friend. We're going to see where love comes in at, and you will see, would you do this for your dog? You know what I'm saying? Would you go out like this for your dog, or would your dog go out like this for you? You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about, man. Give you that news, give you them stories, you know what I'm saying? Bringing it to you from one side of the country to the other. PBK9s, let's go.
Families are notified about their loved ones who did not escape the fires. We're learning more about how some of these people lived their final moments.
KITV4's Kristen Concilio spoke with a woman who lost her dog and her best friend.
A dog is a man's best friend. And for Frank Trejos, he lived that to the end.
I'll get the rope. I'm going to get the rope down.
He and Sam were 2 peas in a pod. Sam would just go absolutely nuts every time Frank would show up at the house.
Frank was staying at the home of his best friend Shannon Weber Bogar and her husband Jeff when fire like a blowtorch came rolling toward their Lahaina home. After warning neighbors to escape, Frank went to get the couple's golden retriever. All of a sudden,
the cars wouldn't start because there was no oxygen and the smoke was so thick no one could see anything.
Jeff was able to crawl to safety, but when he went back to check on Frank and Sam,
Frank and Sam were in there in his Mazda, and Frank had crawled out of the driver's seat and into the back seat to lay over the top of my dog. And they burned to death in the car. I have nightmares about how scared they must have been at the end. Knowing, he knew they were going to die. I just hope it was fast.
Maui County has so far confirmed more than 100 fatalities caused by the Lahaina fires. And for Shannon, she doesn't know how she'll go on without her best friend Frank and his best friend Sam. Kristen Concilio, KITV4, Island News.
My dog brothers and dog sisters, I never in my entire life seen a full-grown man that gets mad about dogs unless he don't got a past reputation. Only way he gets mad about dogs in 2023, and he a grown-ass 40-some-year-old or older man, and he get mad about dogs when people talk about him, if he don't got no reputation from the past. If he trying to get a reputation from the future. If he need a reputation now, that's what will make him mad. You know what I'm saying? That's what will get these brothers angry and upset, because you full-grown ass men and you mad because you don't got no stories from the 80s and the 90s. And you pushing 50. I done told you it don't work like that, no. I done told you. I done told you. And one thing about it, a lot of brothers get it twisted. See, there's a difference between a person from the streets becoming a YouTuber and a YouTuber becoming a street person. See, it's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Because like I say, at the end of the day, I know better than to go out there and get myself in some trouble. I know better than to try to hurt somebody about some YouTube shit or something they say about some bullshit. I know better than all that because I done been through all that. The streets is nothing I want a part of. I've left the streets. See, like I told y'all before, that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? Between a lot of folk. Shout out to all my young brothers that's experiencing life right now. That's going through life, experiencing what they got to experience, going through the things they got to go through, and they had their stories later on down the line. But for them old brothers, you know what I'm saying, that I don't know what you was doing when you was coming out of high school and out of, the first years, you late teens, early 20s, late 20s, early 30s. But damn, why you wait till you're 40 trying to be a gangster? You know? I mean, I don't understand. I just don't understand some of you brothers. You know what I'm saying? And like I said before, the egos, it goes back to the egos. That's where all the egos at in the dog game. You know what I'm saying? That's where all the egos at. Brothers feel like they can say what they want to say, do what they want to do, lie how they want to lie. Nobody ain't supposed to catch it. Nobody ain't supposed to say nothing about it. You know what I'm saying? And if they do, they better shut up because I'm a street person. I'm a street person. I'll get you. I'll get you. I'll get you. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, PBK just going to keep it coming, man. PBK just going to keep it coming. You got to ask yourself this, man. Even if I'm talking to myself and all, even if you experience whatever you experience, you got to understand that other people done experience that too, as well. So when brothers start flying off at the lips about this and about that, you know what I'm saying? You can't, like I said before, any brother that take that shit to social media ain't really serious. You know what I'm saying? At least he ain't serious about the ones he love, because you know where you're going to be at. Like I said before, ain't up but two places for you to be. Toe tagged or in jail. You know what I'm saying? One or the other. PBK9s ain't got time for it. I done been through it. I know how much bond money costs. I know how much all this right here and that costs. I don't got no time for it. I ain't trying to be showing up for this and showing up for no general session about this and about that and about this and about that. And folk be talking that shit, and then when they get to court, they start telling on you. Everybody gangsters, I already told y'all. Even when it come to these dogs, everybody gangsters till the time come. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. PBK9 is going to give it to you the way I always do. You know what I'm saying? The way I always do. Can't let nobody stop the flow. Can't let nobody stop the go, period. You know what I'm saying? I give you the dog news every day of the week. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to the brothers that's going to be on the live this Saturday night. Y'all tune in to the Saturday night special. Saturday Night Live. You know how we going to do it. Shout out to my brother J-Bo. You know what I'm saying? Holding it down. Holding it down. Shout out to my brother Insane Honey Badger. Holding it down. Shout out to all the brothers that be rocking with me in the chat. Holding it down. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. PBK9s giving it to you the way I always do. The way I always do. Sometimes I ask myself, man, do I be too harsh on some of these brothers? Hell, fuck no. I ain't harsh enough. You know what I'm saying? Y'all miles too slick. I ain't harsh enough. And too many lies going around. Too many lies getting passed, and your mouth's too slick. It is what it is. At the end of the day, we gonna make sure them dogs up to par. You know what I'm saying? We gonna make sure they up to par. We don't give a damn how much gangster you got. One thing about it, like I told you before, that shit worked on the other side. It ain't gonna work over here. It ain't gonna work over here. I'm gonna give you that dog talk, that dog news, fair and unbiased, whether you like it, whether you don't. You know what I'm saying? Whether you like it, whether you don't. It ain't my problem to worry about if you like it. It's just my problem to give the brothers the news, like I always say. You know, like I always say. And if you keep mentioning my name on Facebook, I'm going to start dropping videos and shoot my shots at your old lady. She going to be telling you to go to the store just so she can tune into the video to see what I'm talking about. I'm going to shoot my shot at her. You keep on mentioning my name on Facebook. Have her coming from Whiteville coming to holler at me. Now mention my name again. I bet you I can give her a reason to send you to the store and then shoot off. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Brothers got to stay in their lanes. And when they get in other folk lanes and shit get uncovered, it is what it is. You know? Damn, I know I hold my damn heart on my damn chest, on my shoulders. But damn, y'all boys is straight biatches out here, man. Not y'all boys. This is a selected few. Cause my boys down in the chat right there. Them my boys. Came in y'all boys. And Liquid Lucky them boys. City boy them boys. Supreme Excellence them boys. 641 Tree. You know what I'm saying? Hunt down them boys. Them my boys. You know. Landon, he mad at me right now, but that's my dog too. You know, it is what it is. Bulldoggers. Hey, dog, like I say, never grudge past the argument. That's one thing y'all brothers gonna learn about me. I ain't grudging you past no argument. Once we say we gotta say it, it's over. These motherfuckers wanna kill you and all kind of shit about a damn rock waller. Hold up, man. If this is what you told me you was breeding, now, Supreme Excellence, man, I'm going to have to come holler at you, man. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no puppies, you got to turn me on to somebody else with some good Midnight Cowboy stuff, because I be damn. I wanted some Midnight Cowboy dogs. I didn't want dogs off of Midnight and Cowboy. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was something up with them Rottweilers, trying to blame it on the Eli stuff. Yeah, Eli throw that color. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was something up. But let me stop, man. That fool already want to kill me. He already want to get me already. You better leave me the hell alone then. You know what I'm saying? Leave me the hell alone. Every time I look up there, I feel like you talking about me. You ain't got to say my damn name. What you think I'm one of them suckers? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make some content. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. My bulldoggers know to keep that fresh water out there. It's too damn hot. You know, every day we in triple digits. 100, 101, 105, 104, 110. You know what I'm saying? Every day. Keep them dogs cool. You know, if you got to go get ice, get bags of ice and bring it in, dump you a couple cups of ice in the bucket. You know what I'm saying? Once, like at noon or something, just to damn cool the water off. Because the water not going to be hot as it is on the concrete, but the water still going to be hot being that it's outside. You know what I'm saying? So, shit, I mean, you could do it all. It ain't no right way to do it as long as you keep them dogs cool and keep them straight. You know, I go get me, ice don't cost nothing. Go buy you a couple bags of ice, keep it in the freezer. When it's time for, like, before feed, middle of the day, when it's starting to get hot, go out there and dump some ice in each one of the buckets. That'll cool that water off for a few hours. That water will be cool for a few hours. You know, that ice is sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And it do better than what it is before you put ice in there. You know? But, I mean, anyway, just to keep them dogs healthy and right, man. You know what I'm saying? And understand, if we take our dogs as serious as we take Facebook, our dogs will be healthy. Our dogs won't have no problems. We be on Facebook because we try to have this reputation. We try to uphold a certain look. You know what I'm saying? If we put all that energy into taking care of that damn dog and getting the right lines for people, you don't have to worry about getting on somebody's channel and trying to sell your puppies. You know what I'm saying? Your puppies will sell itself. You know, I'd have been knew about that strain of dogs. You know? But when you're worrying about a 2 minutes worth fame, you know what I'm saying? You can't concentrate on your damn lines. And you out here selling people all this bullshit. And I gotta stress the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? See, brothers, they got them Eli dogs. That's why the F brothers feel the way they feel about certain dogs. That's why. Because you have a brother, quick example, that dude with the Midnight Cowboy dogs, Supreme Excellence. You know I ain't talking about you, fam. But that other dude with the Midnight Cowboy dogs. You know what I'm saying? Oh, if I meet him while I'm young growing up, right? Now, I never liked Midnight Cowboy dogs again because of that experience right there. That's what happens. That's why brothers don't like Eli dogs. That's why brothers don't like Jeep dogs. That's why brothers don't like Redboy Jocko dogs. Or that's why brothers don't like Bolio dogs. Because they get dog men, when they get their first experience with that particular bloodline, it be a dog man like that. They got a yellow dog. Oh man, I don't like that yellow shit. I got one of them shits from old boy, man. That shit wasn't nothing, man. That shit wasn't nothing. It's because, man, it's who you getting it from. You know what I'm saying? It's who you getting it from as well. You know? It just is what it is, man. A dog gonna be a dog no matter who got it. But at the same time, a dog ain't gonna be a dog. A dog is not gonna be a dog no matter who got it. You know? Different people bring different things out of dogs. You know what I'm saying? You cannot bring what I could bring out of certain dog. You know? Not saying you can't, but you may not put the effort I put into bringing certain things out of certain dogs. And when I say effort don't always mean going to do something. Sometimes effort might mean waiting. And when it comes to waiting, it ain't about nothing illegal. See, that my folk hitting me up right now, ready to get all that shit over with, Dark Society. See, we on different levels, fam. We on different levels, you know. But the thing about me and the thing about how you handle yourself, like I tell y'all brothers before, I don't got too much ego to say I'm done with the streets, you know. I'm done with it. I don't need nothing from it. I don't want nothing. They don't owe me nothing. Period. You know. And I will say this. Shout out to my man Sambo. My motherfucking Ace Boon Coon, my dog OG. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'ma say this to Bo. I did what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? Folk across the world, whether they like you, whether they dislike you, whether they hate you, whether they call you a cur, whether they call you a champion, they know you now. You know, you did your thing. You know, back when we was walking up and down that block, me and my boys walking up and down that block, hot days, shutting this kennel down, shutting that kennel down. You did your thing then. And I did my thing now. I did what I had to do now to let these folk know what type of dog you was. So they know you now, Bo, whether they like you or not. You know what I'm saying? I can stop the channel today and fall off the earth tomorrow. But you know Bo. You know what I'm saying? You know them. They flash them pictures up there, you gonna know who they talking about. Whether you like them or not. I did what I had to do. You know? He did his part and he did his part back then, and I did my part now. We arrived on the scene a little late, but it's all good. Better late than never, like they always say. You know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Shout out to all my dog brothers, like I always say, that got the channels, that don't got the channels, that got stories they want to tell, that rock with all the channels. Shout out to all the dog brothers that give positive knowledge, positive feedback, negative feedback that will help me move positive in the future, whether it's negative and it helped me move positive. You know what I'm saying? You know, I appreciate it all, man. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it all at the end of the day. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all hit that like button, man. Y'all hit that like button. About to take me a quick break. You know what I'm saying? Roll up real quick. Y'all roll up, get your drink on, get your eat on, do whatever you got to do. Because we about to get into more of this dog talk. You know what I'm saying? We getting into more of this dog talk.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your cloud, it be raining now. I keep making sound, go another round, I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow burn like a disease. Just tell me that I can and I'll show you things that you couldn't believe. Just tell me that I can. 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 Anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah.
Alright, we still in it, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to them Jeep dogs, what y'all think is the best producing Jeep stuff? Because a lot of people got the Tab stuff. I had a lot of Tab stuff, some good, some bad, you know, but the Tab stuff, what I will say about it, it didn't draw me to the Jeep. The Tab stuff that I had, it didn't make me say I want to get a Jeep dog, you know? Because like I told you, Bo beat the Champion Brute dogs. 2 dogs coming down off Champion Brute that Crossroad had. Crossroad had 2 dogs. If you know anything about Crossroad dogs, to my brothers that was buying them whenever he started going out of the business and things, if you know anything about him, he had 2 dogs off of Champion's Al's Brute. 2 male dogs, you know. One was a little bit bigger than the other one. Bo beat both of them. You know what I'm saying? Beat both of them. And the thing about it, like I told y'all before, I had the option to buy all 3 of them at the same time. I was walking through the yard, I seen Bo. I was walking through the yard, I seen them. And, you know, look at the rest of them. But I decided I want Bo. Really, because he was a red nose. You know, I like my red noses. You know, and he looked at better than the other dogs. And he looked like something I can work with. You know what I'm saying? The other dogs, the Jeep dog, them Brute dogs, they was all right. Buckskin, black mask. Well, they was more buckskin with black noses instead of black masses. But it was all right. And then we took a tab female and bred back to the Hickory male, which would have been a Frisco or a Chinaman or Eli Jeep cross. You know, and that puppy was on fire. But that was the smallest puppy I ever seen in my damn life. Not puppy, dog. She had to be about, give or take, she had to be a 25-pound chain dog. I'm talking about 25-pound chain weight at a grown dog, and she wasn't short. She was like, she had like skinny legs on her like a tall dog, but she was just small. She had a small frame. But that bitch is on fire, but shit, you couldn't find nothing to put on because she was so small in size. We never did get any puppies off of her. The Tab stuff, like I said, I never ran across a Tab male that, you know, that really excited me. I never ran into a Tab male that really excited me. Knows a bunch of great ones out there. Don't get it twisted by me saying that. I'm just saying what I ran into or ran across. You know, it's millions of brothers out there with other dogs. You know, we just can't get everybody to tell their story. You know, but yeah, man. To me, I like like I said, I like the stuff that was coming off the Low Country Spur dog, the Tater stuff, Little Tater and them. I like them dogs. Of course, the dogs that, you know, the Jeep stuff that Bo was coming down off of. You know, I like that stuff. The Tab stuff, man, I just, you know, it's kind of, to me, the Tab kind of made it through the test of time of the name. Not saying that Tab didn't produce great dogs, because I know he did. And I know a lot of people out there got great puppies and dogs coming down off Tab. But as far as the Jeep stuff, Tab really run the Jeep line. And to say you running the Jeep line, which is the #1 rum dog in the world, and you running that line, you should be throwing better dogs than what you're throwing. You can't be coming off of the #1 rum dog and you the #1 breeder up under that rum dog, and you're not throwing off more workers than you threw off. I mean, that's just my opinion, And like I said, Tab dogs, great dogs, love them. If I can find a way to see, if I see one that I like, I'll rock with it. And that's the case, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Any bloodlines, we talk about these dogs, we talk about the yellow ones, I love them. But at the end of the day, if I will take any damn dog with papers if I like it. Game dog. You know what I'm saying? With papers if I like it, what I see. Man, if that dog there's a for sure ribbon bringer, he for sure bringing me the ribbons home. You think I care? Because he got them Eli, Jeep, Bolio, Redboy, a Rascal. That motherfucker got 15 damn lines in him. Boy, I don't give a damn. I'm about to bring that home. And them 15 lines right there is about to be the pure Pelican Bay stuff. Whatever his name gonna be, and his 15 lines in his background, it's all good because everything starts from him. We ain't worried about all that stuff in the background no more. We worried about him. You trying to get a dog to match him. You want to breed your dogs to him to get more of him. You're not worried about them dogs in that pedigree. Yeah, he got 20 and 15, 20 lines in her. He's a fruit punch, a gumbo. We can stop calling them scatterbred dogs and call them gumbo dogs. Mixed up with everything, But what a gumbo is. Gumbo is hitting on that money. You know what I'm saying? Hitting on that money. See, we got scatterbreds and then we got gumbo. That gumbo, shit. That gumbo hitting, boy. That gumbo hitting. Mixed all up. Ain't no telling what's in it. Once you find out what's in it, now you don't like it. You don't want it now. Shout out to my brothers up north and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my brothers up north and all my brothers who have special eating diets and all kind of stuff. Once you find out what's in it, my brothers down south, we can't tell you what's in that gumbo. Hell, man, back in the days, probably when I was about 19, 20 maybe, it was a guy that used to come in my neighborhood and bring us, he said it was termite dogs and different things, but he would come through probably, and now that I look back on it, he was probably bringing the dogs he didn't want or the dogs he wanted to sell for some particular odd reason, but it didn't matter then. It didn't matter then, but he used to come through, the dogs be on the back of the truck. Come through, he already knew where he was at. Drop him off, boom. Got one from him. He said the dogs was termite stuff, black and white. One was black and white. One was chocolate color. Out of all of them, we got one good dog from him. You know what I'm saying? One, and all of them was going, but they was curs. They was curs. But young brothers wouldn't know what a cur is. If you ain't ever been in that situation. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he used to come through and drop them dogs off. I ain't no telling where. I never found his yard, never looked for his yard. He was somewhere around. I don't know. We don't know where he was coming from, but he was bringing them to the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't dropping them off. He was asking them, did we want them? And of course we wanted them. You know what I'm saying? But that's about the only termite stuff we ever ran across. I never bought a termite dog in my life. I never purchased a termite dog. Only dog I ever purchased with termite in it was the walk stuff. That's the only dog I ever purchased with termite in it. No particular reason. It's just so many different dogs out there never had a chance to get that far yet or get that way yet. And like I said before, if it ain't broke, why fix it? Been content for many years, on what some people keep having problems with. you know. But I mean, shit, it is what it is, man. It is. But I ain't gonna keep y'all here too much longer, man. Hope y'all enjoy this show. PBK9s, keep giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased. Some gonna like it, some ain't. I need to make me a song, man. I tell you, I need one of y'all rappers or one of y'all singers or something, man, to make a song. You know what I'm saying? Based around some gonna like it and some ain't. Some gonna like it and some not. Like my fam say. Shout out to my boy Dante representing the WV, man. Shout out to my fam, man, before I get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? PBK9s, y'all stay safe. Y'all stay legal. Salute to my brother Dante, old lady, too. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you too, Miss Dante. You know, and y'all have a good day. PBK9s, and I'm out.